taught me so many things, and I'm going to share every one of them with you. It gives, I don't know, it gives a lot of joy. Trust me. If you've not even think about it, you should start thinking about it, because trust me, you're going to learn so many things that you won't even get to learn living in your parents' house. Now, let's get down to the first part. Number one is you'll be financially wise and economically intelligent. I don't know why we don't talk about this often. Guys, when you're in your parents' house, you are not bothered about how you eat, how you manage your finance, because you know that every day you'll be fed. There must be a food on your table. You don't even know how it come about. But if you're living alone, trust me, you have to worry about everything, and that will make you to be financially wise and conscious. You know how you spend, you know how you manage your things, you know how you prepare yourself for the next day. It's not like, hey, wake up, food is ready. Nobody's going to do it here, okay? They want to provide yourself with your 3 square meal, 4 square meal, 2 square meal, any meal you're eating. You're the one to provide, you are responsible for everything. Use myself as instance, like when I used to stay with my parents, I lavish everything. Like, oh my god, what will last for like 2 days, I'll use it in a day. Let's take for instance, when I was with my parents, like if I'm cooking, my mom will be telling me, use a little and keep the rest for tomorrow. We'll need it tomorrow. Sometimes I won't even listen. I will just, use everything I have. If I'm using the oil, I will use everything instead of, measuring it, using one and keeping the rest for the next time. But now I am very much conscious, because I know that nobody is going to tell me all about that now. I have to figure it out myself. And I know that if I'm not economically intelligent, I might end up starving. Now, since they are no longer here, when I'm cooking or when I'm doing anything, I know I use my measurement. I know that, okay, yes, I will be needing this one tomorrow. This will be enough for today. Let me keep this one for tomorrow or for next time. You'll be financially wise. I mean, financially wise. You know how to save yourself from emergencies, how to preserve your things, how to save your money, because no one is coming to feed you. You are the one to feed yourself. So if you don't do all those things, you might starve. So the next one is self discovery. Like, I can't I can't stress this enough. Like, self discovery is the number one key on living on your own, because when you're with your parents, you are under them, you're on their shave, hiding behind them. You are not discovering yourself. You don't know what you even want. You don't know what you want in life. But when you're on your own, now it dawned on you that this is your life. You need to start figuring out what you want to do with it. You need to start thinking about how to make it, because you know that nobody's coming to save you. It's just practically you against the world. If you don't do it, nobody will do it for you. Because I do have a lot of quiet time. I sit down, I plan myself, I think, but back then I don't do all those things, because who cares? I have my food. Um, I don't pay my rent. I don't do anything. In fact, any money I get just goes straight to my pocket. I don't have to worry about all those things. My parents, they are there. They are there to think about me. They are there to, figure things out for me. But, you know, now I've discovered myself, because now I know this is my space. I just need to think. I need to think. Goodness, you need to figure out your life. You are no longer with your parents. What do you want to do with your life? Where do you want to see yourself in the next 5 years, in the next 3 years, in the next 6 years? Now you know that they are not here, you're not under their wings, you're not under their share, you're not hiding behind them. You are basically facing the world right now. Like, what is it for you? You discover yourself, honestly. You know who you are, because then maybe you have a rule at home. They say go out, come back by so time. If you're not back by so time, reprimanded or you'll be scolded. But here now, nobody is there to give you all those laws, rules, direction, and everything. Now is the time to discover if you are this disciplined type. If you stay out late, even when you know that they are not there to tell you to come back on time. If maybe you will, hang out with people that you are not supposed to hang out with because they are not there to direct your path, to tell you what to do, to tell you who to hang out with. You are basically free on your own now. You are the queen of your kingdom or whatever. Who are you now? I always tell people that, you know, who you are is um what you do when nobody is watching you basically describes who you are. Because back then, since we are with them, we are with our parents, they are directing us, they are telling us what to do and what not to do. You don't know who you are. Let me just be honest with you, you don't know who you are. But when you start making your money, when you start taking care of yourself, when you are fully responsible for yourself, you are living on your own, they are not there to direct you. That is when you know who you really are. Because now I know that I don't need to stay out late, because I know that if I'm with my parents, if I stay out late, they won't be happy. So now that I am not with them, he's still here. Okay, he's still here. Whenever I am outside and maybe it's getting dark, it's getting late, I'll be rushing home. Not because they are there to tell me to come back on time, make sure you come, but because that will I say, that thing that they've like, I'm used to it. I'm used to being told to come back on time since I've been living with them. I'm used to it. So even now, it's just there because it's part of me. It's more like a culture. So that is self discovery. Who you are without them watching, without being under their watch, you will discover yourself. The next one is just maturity and responsibility. Like, I don't know. Do you know that whenever my parents call me, they'll be like, you've grown. I don't know that you can be able to live on your own without us. You've actually grown. Like, wow. Do you know when you started living on your own, we are always worried. I keep telling your mother, are you sure this girl will cope? Are you sure this girl will survive on her own? And your mother will be like, just give her, let's say, 6 months or a year. She will come back. She can't do it. But we are so surprised that you did it and you've been doing it. You are really matured now. And yeah, a respect goes with it. You understand? Because see, let me tell you, being able to take care of yourself from head to toe is the highest level of maturity. Okay? I don't know, you provide yourself your daily meal, you basically provide everything you need at home, from utility bills to paying your rent, buying your foodstuffs, everything you need as a person, as a woman. You are able to do that without calling on your parents every now and then to send help. Is the highest level of maturity. Maturity is not even how you talk. Yeah, I know it also includes how you talk, how you carry yourself, how you reason, but these responsibilities, handling them and handling them fine, shows that you are way matured. I know some people that are grown, that are still living with their parents. You know what? I kind of ask myself, like, how did you even figure out yourself? You're there, I'm not trying to judge, but I think at some point, it's actually a mistake, because oh, come on, what is that? What is that really? What is that? You need to give those people some space. Go out there, go into the world, discover yourself, hustle for yourself, and grow. That is maturity. Now, whenever I call my parents, they'll be like, the kind of hailing, the kind of names they call me. It just give you joy that yes, they are happy for what you're doing. They are happy for you. They are happy that you are able to do this on your own. And even if you send, let's say, some little amount home for them to take care of their self with, maybe you send a little, any amount of money you send, they will really appreciate it, because they know it's not easy what you're doing. You are doing what what they thought you can't do. You understand? So a huge amount of respect goes with that. Okay, let's take for instance, maybe you're living alone, maybe in another city, and you come back to visit your parents. How is the reception? It's different, right? My daughter is back. My daughter is coming back. They will, cook and prepare everywhere for you. They'll be telling their friends, "My daughter is coming back." This, that, this, that. That respect. That is why. That is what I'm trying to tell you. The maturity and the sense of responsibility, it goes with respect. You'll be accorded so much respect from them. And when I talk about maturity, it also in fact, it touches every aspect of your life. Like, you can boldly beat your chest and say, yes, um I take care of myself, I pay my bills, I do my stuffs, I don't bother my people, I don't bother my parents. And then also, the maturity also touches the aspect of who you are. Like, you know when to do things and when not to do things, who to allow into your space, the time you spend outside, what you do with your life basically. Because I know so many people that they're living alone, but their life is a wreck. Like, their life is more like a shadow of itself. In fact, they don't even know what they are doing with their life. You know. Let's talk about freedom. I think this is the more reason why people leave their parents' house to go live on their own. This freedom, because there are so many things you want to do that you can't do when you're under your parents, because they will not like it, or it's not acceptable, or this or that. Yeah, I got it. But if you're on your own, you're free, you're like a bird, you fly, you go anywhere you want, you hang out with people you want. And that is also self-discovery, because you don't have them to tell you who you hang out with, you are basically free. Then it's time to discover who you are. Are you a wayward child, or are you a responsible child? So the freedom, you cook whatever you want to cook, you eat, you sleep and wake up anytime you want to, you go out, you come back anytime you want to. In fact, you can sleep and spread your legs and everything. Actually, that freedom is really, really on another level. You will not understand what I'm talking about, but for those of us that are experiencing this thing, I know you can relate. The freedom is sweet actually. Then the growth, I think I've also talked about this, or maybe I've touched on it a little. Growth, come on. Do you think what you're doing is easy? You're paying your rent, you're feeding yourself, you're taking care of yourself. Do you think it's easy? It's not everybody that can do it, girl. So that is growth. You've grown. Like I told you, when I started this, my parents were really, they were kind of surprised, they were scared, they were like, I can't do it. No, 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 she can't do it. Let's give her 6 months, let's give her 1 year, she will come back. But I've been doing it, I'm doing it good. So that is growth. You are not who you used to. You're not that little girl, that you're not that little boy that you were yesterday. You've grown. Having to take care of your responsibility, take care of yourself, pay your bills and everything, provide for yourself is growth. You understand? It's growth. In fact, I won't even say it's a little amount. Is a very big growth, because, like I said, not everybody can do it, but you're doing it and you're doing it fine. So it's super growth. A growth that comes with respect. Then we talk about respect. We already talked about respect. Yeah, respect. You know, um, when I was with my parents, anytime maybe I go for vacation, I go for holiday, and in fact, basically, anytime I spend few months without them and I'm coming home finally, I know the kind of respect that goes with it. Then my siblings, they will like, you know they talk to me. I don't know how to put it, but anytime I go on holiday and I'm coming back, like, the atmosphere changes. Everybody will accord me respect. Hey, hey, sister is back, all these things. That is the respect. So if you're not in that vicinity with them, if you're not living with them, and anytime you're coming home to visit, there is some kind of respect that goes with it. They will cook your favorite dish, they will make everywhere neat and clean for you. They will tell people, yeah, she's coming back, all this. That is respect. So let's talk about organization, organizing yourself, because now I know how I want my space to be, my little space to be. I know how I want my decoration intact, everywhere clean and sparkling. I don't want anybody tampering with my space or how I organize my things. That is organization. Because these things, you don't actually do them when you are with them. You do it because they ask you to do it. Clean the house, make sure you clean the house before I'm back. You say, yes, I'll do that. But now you are organizing it to your own taste because this is your own space. Okay. You know where your flower vase, you know where you want it to be, your in fact basically everything in your space, you know how you want it to be. So you don't need anyone to come tell you, sweep this house. You want your room to be clean and sparkling and well lit. You want everything to be super organized. Automatically you are organizing yourself, not just your room. You're organizing your life. You've turned to a very organized person. Like, let me still use myself as an instance. When I was with my parents, I'll just come back and I'll fling my clothes anywhere I want. Like when I'm tired, I'll just pull it off, fling this one here, fling that one here. And maybe I'll tell my younger siblings, please pick them up, pick them, go and arrange them. Sometimes they will, sometimes they will not. You understand? I will just do things. After all, we are a lot here. If I don't organize them, my younger sister will do it, or my younger brother will do it, or anyone in the house will do it. Even my mom, that's what I always do. But now I know that this is my own space. So I don't need to do that here because I might have a visitor anytime. I have to organize everywhere. I don't have any younger sibling to order to clean this or clean that. It is my space, and it's automatically my responsibility to make sure that it is clean and well organized. So my bookshelves, I know where I want my books to be, my cosmetics, my skincare product, everything I is well organized. So management still have to do with managing yourself, managing your time, managing your resources, managing everything. Like back then, I know that when I oversleep, my mom will always wake me. Are you not going to work? Are you not going to do this? Are you not going to do that? They will always tap you, wake up, wake up. But who is doing that now? Nobody. So now I have that consciousness that I have to be well organized, put on my alarm, do whatever I have to do to meet up my time. If I'm going to work very early in the morning, I'll make my food in the night so that I won't have to do it in the morning, wash my dishes in the night, clean whatever I want to clean in the night, so that in the morning I'll just wake up, bathe, and I'll go. That's time management and everything. If I'm cooking, I will manage everything that I'm cooking with so that it will last longer for me because I need to save resources. So now I just have to practically manage everything, including my life. You understand? Maybe if I plan going out today, I'll think. I don't have much resources on me, so maybe I would just adjoin it. That is just practically managing everything about yourself. Then change in reasoning, perception, and mentality. I used to have this childish mentality, this whatever mentality. I don't even think much about the future because I know that I have people that will think about the future for me. My parents are there, they will think about the future. I don't need to think about it. I don't even need to think about how I'm going to, come by my next meal because I know that must be taken care of by my parents. But now everything has changed because I don't need to think so shallow anymore. I need to think I mean, my there is a change in my reasoning, how I think. I don't need to banter words with people that are not even dealing with what I'm dealing with. How can I be thinking of paying rent and you are talking nonsense and you want me to reason with you, to flow in that conversation? That is why sometimes I just have to, wave off some discussions that are not even worth it. That is, my thinking have automatically changed because now I have responsibilities, I have burden, I have a bigger thing to deal with now. Um Perception, how I perceive things now automatically have changed because now I perceive things differently, not in that childish way, because I know that I have to think faster. Because if I don't think faster, maybe, just maybe, I might just meet some things unexpectedly, and I will not even know how to figure myself out of it. So it will definitely change. Let me say you mature times two of who you are back then when you were still with them, because now you are in control of your life. Let me take for example the driver and the passenger. You know that the driver is the one handling the steering, the passenger just sits and relax. Maybe you might sleep, read, play music, play with your phone, and waiting for your driver to get you to your destination. But the driver is well articulated, he's thinking, his focus, everything is on the road, on the steering. So these are two different people now. There is a change in the thoughts and whatever in the perception. What you are looking at is your phone, but what the driver is looking at is the road and the map of where he or she is going to. That is just a clear example of who you are when you're with your parents and who you are when you are living alone. Now you are not just that girl who sits at the back of the chair of the car and wait till you get to your destination. Now you are in charge. You are the one driving. So you don't need to slack. You need to be 10 times smarter, or rather 2 times smarter. You need to be well articulated. You need to think smart. In fact, your thoughts, your action, everything will change, because if it doesn't, if you're not challenged, have a crash. So that is basically what living alone has taught me. And I know you have so many things to add, so you can share yours also. There's so many, and trust me, it's the best journey. It is the best journey because there are so many benefits. You have a lot to gain. So maybe you can just take up that risk. Okay, I know so many people that started it with nothing, but here they are today. um it's not always easy. Having to start your life, start planning your life is not easy. Trust me, it's not easy. It comes with a lot of challenges, a lot of questions. There are so many things that you have to put into consideration. But when you take the bull by the horn, when you decide that yes, I'm going to do this regardless, trust me, the end result is always massive, is always mind blowing. It's something that everybody should try. Okay, so thank you very much.